Now, I said that we met a couple of individuals who work for one of the Berkshire companies, and the most interesting part of that conversation was we really wanted to know, what is it like to work for Warren Buffett? And this was a company that had been a public company. And the first thing they said was, we don't have to do any of that quarterly nonsense. We don't have to hit earnings targets, so we don't have to do all this weird stuff you do to try to make numbers every quarter. Well, okay, so what else changed, we said. The two men look at each other. Well, nothing. Nothing? No, the accounting systems didn't change, the computer systems didn't change? Nope, nothing. Nothing changed. So how do you report your numbers to Berkshire, I ask. And they look at me as if I asked them how they get out of bed in the morning. Well, we send him the numbers once a month. Okay. But what is it like working for Warren Buffett? It must be great not having all this quarterly earnings pressure. Well, the two guys look at each other and they say, yeah, it's great, but in a way it's worse. Well, why is it worse? And they say, because you don't want to let him down. Now, I said that anybody can ask a question, and many people do, and the questions don't necessarily relate to Berkshire Hathaway. And in this case, a young man stands at the microphone, says his name and where he's from. Where he's from is Norman, Oklahoma. And if you know college football, you know that Norman, Oklahoma is where the Oklahoma football team is from. And if you know Warren Buffett, you know he's a huge Nebraska Cornhuskers fan, and Nebraska and Oklahoma are big rivals. And everyone in the arena kind of knows this. And as soon as this fellow says he's from Norman, Oklahoma, people kind of start to titter. And Buffett likes to keep things light. He likes to make people feel at ease. He likes to crack jokes. And so when this fellow says he's from Norman, Oklahoma, Buffett says, well, we won't hold that against you. But the young man does not share in the laughter. He does not even acknowledge the joke. Do you know and believe in Jesus Christ, he says, and do you have a personal relationship with God? And Buffett answers the question straight ahead, without hesitating, without a pause, without making the young man feel uncomfortable or foolish, and without making anyone in the auditorium feel uncomfortable. But if you want to know what he says, you got to read the book. I'm sorry. When I do that at colleges, they just say, oh, well, just Google it.